Hi, my name is Nancy from Peace Coaching Worldwide. Thanks for stopping by today. I thought I'd talk a little bit today about the concept of enmeshment. Enmeshment is a term that is used very frequently in Bowen family systems, which is one of the predominant theoretical bases that I use in my coaching. And so I thought I would talk about a little bit about enmeshment today and how to identify it and being able to really kind of zero in on where does my peace get stolen. Peace comes from being able to differentiate and de-enmesh from the world. So those are just fancy words for how do I let the world pickpocket my peace. So I've identified a few questions to help locate enmeshment. And so let's start with just a basic definition. The easiest way I can define or help you figure out where you might have an enmeshment might look like this. I am blank if you think I'm blank. So I'm smart if you think I'm smart. I'm beautiful if you think I'm beautiful. I'm handsome if you think I'm handsome, etc. I'm good at my job if my boss says I'm good at my job, etc. And so we can get some feedback for the world, but what we're really talking about is where does that really bother me? I need the world to think that I'm good. I need the world to think that I'm lovable, that I'm pretty, that I'm fill in your adjective with whatever you've got. And so there's some questions that you can ask that help you identify enmeshment. And so when I use the word world in these questions, I'm talking about a relationship with anybody, even potentially including the relationship that you have with yourself. And so the first question is, how does the world pull at me? How does the world push me? And so it might be, why is my mother only happy if I do this? She's pulling me to do this thing, or she's pushing me to do this thing. How does my dad only give me love and acceptance if I'm pursuing the career that he would want me to pursue? Those are all examples of enmeshments, of places where the world might push or pull you. So that's a question to ask. Another question to find an enmeshment is, what do I need from the world? And so if I need acceptance, if I need attention, if, and we use words for those things like shame and loneliness and abandonment and etc. And so those kinds of understandings of what is so motivating to me and the pain is so great if I don't get it, that the world needs to give it to me so that I can be okay. That's a place that an enmeshment is illuminated. And so another question that might help is, where do I feel lack? So I don't have enough acceptance from the world or my spouse or my kids or whatever, and I'm lacking that, and I want them to give that to me. That's a place that illuminates an enmeshment. It's much more mainstream and pernicious in terms of it's everywhere. And so being able to identify those things and being able to differentiate or de-enmesh, cut those ties between me and whatever that is, even if that tie might be cutting a tie somewhere inside of myself and telling myself a different story about what's going on and what I might need, and being able to even delineate between what do I need and what do I want. Those are places where we can work towards differentiating or healing enmeshment binds and being able to kind of cut those attachment ties. And so another question that might help is, what are my feelings telling me? Are my feelings telling me that I'm angry? Okay. When I think about anger, I think of anger being an emotion that's meant to be short-lived. It's meant to let me know one of two things. Either one, someone has crossed a boundary, or number two, they've poked a wound inside of me. So if they've crossed a boundary, that means I need to stand up and have a boundary and make it stick. And if that anger is letting me know that someone poked a pain that's inside of me, then I need to work through my pain instead of initiating into something like blame of like, no, this is your fault for poking me, etc. It kind of lends itself into that enmeshment as well. And so that's kind of a being able to learn to monitor and even read and analyze your feelings in a way that lets you know what's going on inside of you that is more introspective instead of reactive to the world, also lends itself more to peace as well. And another one that illuminates enmeshment, another question, is where do I feel stuck? And so people will come in often to my virtual couch and they'll talk about places where they feel stuck. This is just I'm stuck. I can't move any direction without there being consequences. And so that feeling of stuckness, my old mentor Jerry, he would describe it like this. He would say over seriousness equals stuck. And so what he means by over seriousness is I'm putting too much emphasis on something. And when I put that emphasis on that thing and making sure that it's okay, I get stuck with that because I'm not willing to take the steps that I might need to in order to not be stuck. And so, and there's an attachment there. There's an enmeshment with that. And so we can look through those things and we can find them and work on what does it look like to detach from them. And those detachments and that de-enmeshment and differentiation, that is actually huge, giant leaps forward when we deal with those in terms of feelings, having feelings of internal peace. And so those are things that I talk with people about all the time, and we work on them. And when we work through them and let go of those attachments, that peace naturally comes forward. And so food for thought for today. Thanks for stopping by.